First, first of all, guys, thank you very much for being here, for joining my new Discord server. This is your man BUBBA here, and we just with my demo trading account, so it's paper money because this is just for educational purposes. And like I explained in the chat, I'm here just to show you a little bit how to manage the risk, how to do a proper position sizing, and maybe we can catch some nice scalps. That feel free, if you think they might be a good trade, feel free to play it with your own money. This is not financial advice, and do your own research as usual. And so let's start with this. I have my paper money account here in Bluefin that it's quite nice. I reached 335,000 and some change in here. And right now, let's see if I can catch the doja. Not yet. Let's see if I can see something from my other charts in here. What can we catch? All right, let's say this is not a trade that I would now take. So this is just a theoretic trade, just to show how to manage the risk. Let's say I wanted to open a trade in here on it. So again, don't open this trade. The way I would do opening this trade, let's say the setup, it's this one. Gonna wait for the retest of this zone. Let's say we want to have here the stop loss to target these highs. You see with the 1 hour. We want to target a bit higher the sweep of those highs and to target this imbalance in here. So the way I would open this trade to manage my risk, and to manage my risk, I mean that in case the setup gets invalidated, so goes on to stop loss, I don't want to lose more than 1% of the account. And for 1% of the account, in this case, would be $3,350, something like that, no? So we said that we want to open at 3,241. We want to have a stop loss at 3,176, to target the full take profit at 3,600. So how can I manage my risk? It's just, I'll see in here how much is the stop loss. There is a website done on purpose for this that I will link later on the chat. But here on the Bluefin it's pretty easy, because you can see we said that I want to lose 1% of the whole account, so 3,350. That's perfect. So I don't care, and I don't start with the idea I'm gonna put this amount of my money on this trade. I think the other way around. Assuming this trade gets stopped, I wanna lose this amount of money. That is 1% of this account. So it's not so. It's a counterintuitive way of thinking how to size the position, and it's the way how I manage my risk. So this means that if I'm wrong on this setup, that again I repeat, it's not a setup I would play right now. It's just an educational setup. If I wanted to play this hypothetical setup, I don't care how much is the profit. Of course, I care of the risk-reward ratio that you find on the setup. I normally don't play setups that are lower than 2.5 risk to reward ratio because I don't think they are worth. And so I don't care that this trade would bring into this account $18,000. What I care is I'm assuming I'm wrong, so I don't want to lose more than 1% of my account. So this way, I see that in this case, with the 335 case account, I would have to open, according to this hypothetical setup, I would have to open a trade that is 51.6 it. So I set up my limit, I demo long, I hope it gets filled, and let's see how it goes this one. Meanwhile, open orders is in here. Meanwhile, let's go have a look for other opportunities. I have my charts in here where I have marked my boxes. We put the 1 hour, and let's look how BTC looks. I have a potential setup setting here, and BTC is not looking that great, to be honest, but yeah, let's see. He swept this here, still a bit weak. Let's see if I have something that might look a little more juicier. No. Oh, Avi is going. I should have taken this setup. I have it ready, but I don't have this trade open. And guys, feel free to push to talk if you have any question, because I'm not able to watch the chat. So if you have any question, please just push to talk and I will hear you. Here, nothing interesting. Here. Okay, would not open a short now, even though this might look nice. How is XRP? XRP is in the box. Doge, we are waiting for confirmation. This is, so I can talk about this setup in here that I sent as a conditional long. So the condition was that the price would have gotten above the BUBBA magic box in here, that so far, as you can see, is a supply zone, was a demand zone that has been turned into supply because we rejecting. And the setup says that we need to at least sweep this high or the whole box and bullish retest this zone more or less. Why this? Because otherwise shit like this can happen. We get a liquidity grab above those highs. We went to get also these highs in here, and we were hardly rejected. So there was no confirmation yet to enter this trade. Difference compare with the TIA setup. TIA setup, here the entry was a real quick entry and confirmation based on the 5 minutes chart, and was again like the doji, was to sweep the underneath liquidity, that is a liquidity coming from the weekly chart from here. So basically the lows, the lowest point we basically ever reached after TIA got released and had this insane run. That would have been the most bullish situation we could have found. Sweep this liquidity and get back up quickly to long it. We didn't have that first scenario. That liquidity got front run in here, because this is when I set this setup on the chart. So that got front run, but being here, we were not sure that it was getting really front run, and again had a pump and dumped a little bit, almost back to the potential lowest entry since my setup, since I sent the setup. But the confirmation was get this liquidity in here, or these equal highs, and bullish retest with momentum going up. And this was in here exactly the moment I also sent you, and you see that it was plus 0% the trade, was the moment I entered the trade. And here we go. This is the confirmation of that conditional long, or the second condition. And it's the was, like I mentioned, the less bullish one. That's why my stops are already set underneath this low time frame. Oh, did a mistake. This lock. This low time frame liquidity here, order block, call it demand, new demand zone, and I'm gonna mark it right now. In here there is some demand, new fresh demand that has been created. So as I mentioned, move stop loss in profit as soon as the price gets a bit higher. Right now my stop on my account, not on the paper money but on the real money account, is somewhere underneath here. So this is a free trade now. I don't know if I'm gonna get stopped in a little profit, or basically gonna pay just commissions, or if this gonna really run towards the first TP that I set quite high. In case I see something that change, I will update as soon as I see something changing. But it's the TP, it's in the middle of this other box that normally, if you know me since a little bit, you know that sooner or later, if we get above one box, we're gonna reach the other box before reversing. And why it's set here, the take profit? Because I'm assuming that this liquidity here, or the shorts that have been opened in this zone with their stop losses probably at break even, gonna get taken because it's before the real supply zone. And if this happen, it might get a week to get also this other in here tops, this liquidity, to get at least in here. And also having lower time frame chart, you can see it better. Here is the take profit. Here all this liquidity, I'm assuming it should get taken. That's why the first take profit is in there. Meanwhile, here we are almost getting filled. It's almost there. Got front run so far by nothing, but it should get filled, this one. So this is the explanation why I sent those two conditional longs. I'm gonna go through the WIF short that I took. Why the short of WIF? And it went already to first take profit. Because WIF had this pump overnight, wait, like this, it did a plus 40% in few minutes. And this all having in here an insane run on the open interest, because show this is open interest, this here, that has been followed a little by the spot cumulative delta, and followed by a little short, a little funding that went negative. That means that there were opening this in this, put it like this, in this area here. So here there were more shorts than longs opening. That's why I didn't open from here, even though price might have looked to be reversing, but I waited to have more longs than shorts opening, while the open interest had a little downside because all the shorts opening here got stopped. The limit sell has been front run by a little bit. I have been a little too optimistic about this. That's why I said also if you think you might miss it, you can enter CMP, and I did it with a small position size because I had still this and this DCA as entry. And from here it tapped my box, and in reverse it went to take profit 1. It's a little going up and down, it's some consolidation. I'm still expecting this to reach take profit 2, so it might form some kind of a weird inverse head and shoulders. But stops are in profit, are around this level here now, somewhere in here, because of this rejection we had there. It might get it, I don't know, I don't care. It's a free trade for me. I already took some profit, so everything is fine, all good. This got front run by nothing, but it's fine, just a paper trade. That's the logic, because when we have such an insane run, a plus 40%, you will have smart money, smart people, good traders taking profits. And you've seen, as soon as the first touch of the supply box, it went, how much is this? No. It went 8% down. It went up again because there was for sure a lot more shorts opening. And when I sent the trade was here, we were here, I was hoping a little upside more. We didn't get it, but it went minus 15%. So this is minus 15% unleveraged. So if you had a 10%, 10x leverage, this was a plus 150%. If you had 100x, was plus 1,500%. So this was a very nice and easy trade, like the one I sent also in the Fred channel. It was Jupe, probably from yes, it was here. Remember, I sent this kind of short position somewhere like this, with the stop loss was somewhere here. Something like this. Yes, because it was based on lower time frames. Was something like here, and the stop above the wick. Why this trade with this target was a bit optimistic, but it was still on the table. It's still on the table that Jupe goes back down there. Why this? Because we went on our first liquidity grab above the box, and then here a lot of short opened. The price went a bit down, a lot of shorts went stopped, and then we had confirmation, at least from my system, with creating these equal highs on here with just a little deviation above. The price now it's ready to reverse. Why? This also had a nice run up, deviation, it created, this is the top of this local low time frame range. It went back into the box. As soon as it retested the box, it went down, retested the box on the lower side, and started this grind down. And this is Jupe, why I took that short that I sent in Fred. Now what we can see in Jupe here, it looks like that we had this nice downside, another pump towards the same entry. Was a bit riskier to take the same short in here, but smart people like Panda One took the short again. And now it seems that we have been consolidating in between those two boxes with just a little liquidity grab underneath. So now a potential very risky long that we can find in here could be this one. I would like this price to go back in here. The stop loss would go under this zone here, this wick here, because you see you can see there is like a perfect line in the middle in here, where the price, it flipped this zone, retested, and went higher. The moment it lost this line has been resistance. It flipped and it flied again. So this would be the invalidation. And of course, better to leave a little bit more room because of a potential wick. Now, to enter this trade, there are multiple ways you could enter this trade. You could enter your trade with the first entry in here on top of the box, because you see that we are putting higher lows, so you might miss the trade if waiting for lower, like I missed this one so far. Or you could and set a DCA down, but I'll show you this on here. So let's go JUP. Oh, nice, they don't have JUP. So I wanted to show how to spread the risk. And to spread the risk was always thinking, let's say we want to have entries in first entry here, second entry here, and third entry in here with the setup like stop loss. So the way to spread the risk is I want to lose always 1% of my portfolio in case this trade goes wrong. How can I spread with a DCA my risk? I'm gonna calculate the position of the first entry. I'll show you with the IT trade. Let's say, let's close this. Let's say we wanna open the first limit. It's with the same setup, but I wanna, so I need to spread the risk of the 1%. This 3.6 we said, and here stop loss first 3176. How much? Let's say we do a even DCA, 3 points of DCA at here. The second is gonna be here, and the third one here. So how can I spread my risk? I still want to risk 1%, but I have 3 different limits I want to sell. And in this case, to make it simple, let's say 0.33% each. Here we said it was 3,300, to make it easier, $33 I want to lose in total. So I will have to get the first limit, $1,111. Now this changes nothing, so this would be the first entry. Then the second entry we said is 3,224, second limit, always with the same stop loss, 3,176, 3.6 here, but this is not important. And I'll see 1,089, more or less. It's $40. It's not that much important. Demo long, confirm. Third entry, we have it $3,205. So stop loss is always 3176, 36, and again this I'm gonna make a little bit more just to even all the rest. So in this way I have 3 limit bids with, you can see the positions are bigger. The lower we go, the bigger the position is, because the stop loss is closer, and I spread completely even the risk, not the position. We could have done in a different way, but this is the most easy way, the easiest way to look at this trade and how to spread risk when you are DCAing. Is, guys, everything clear so far? Perfect. So, here really it's funny because this stupid trade was almost perfect in front run by nothing. But that's fine. That's fine. We are not here to trade for real right now. We are here just to educate ourselves. So here I'm gonna show you. Oh wow, 105.5, nice. These are my charts. Let's take one. I didn't play too much with it. Okay, this one. This, guys, it's, if you, when you see my charts with these weird things, or sometimes I might send screenshot with these alerts, this is because I help myself with a algorithm from my brother CC Enterprises. So if you are interested, I shield so many times in my channel in Fred. He's present in in my Discord. The guy, it's an amazing guy. The algo, it's really helpful. It gives you this institutional grade cloud where price always or almost always, you can see it bounces from key levels, gives buy signals, sell signals. I'm not fully trading with this, but mostly I'm using as confluence for my own trades. And in this case, in here, for example, this was a long I could have taken because prices buy signals and also the exactly on top of the trade or the cloud, sorry. But here I'm gonna switch it off because it's not what we're talking about now, and show you this. For me, it's one of the most important charts. I mean, it's one of the most important charts because it's the USDT point D, so the market cap USDT dominance, and it's where I get most of the confluence for opening my trades and see if it's a good moment to the risk or if it's a good moment to get a bit more risk on. And like you know, I work with my boxes, BUBBA magic boxes. They are supply and demand zones, even though this is not a real traded chart where you have bids, limit sells, limit buys or market buys and sells. This is just a chart that represents the share of in the whole crypto market cap, the share that gets the major stable coin, that is USDT. So the higher this chart goes, the lower the whole market is going, and vice versa. Right now we are kind of pumping, that's why this is going down. And you see my boxes most of the times are pretty clean, precise. And when this is another important thing to know, when you see boxes like the orange ones that are so wide, so big in this time frame, it's because they are not from that time frame. Here they look more normal ones, no? More fair. while those ones look way too small because those are from the 4-hour time frame. Meanwhile, the two orange are two macro boxes, very important. That's why you can see the price. Once he entered in this macro box, retested the macro lower, kept bouncing a little bit, he broke it down, he went back to retest the top of this box, and I identified some key zones, like the yellow one on the lower time frame was important. Look this week, look how price compressed, broke up, broke down, broke up, broke down, broke up, went low down. And right now, it's the box we were facing that was a supply zone for a while. It became a demand zone, so a support zone for a little while more in the last few days. And now it broke down and will most probably, gonna zoom it more, most probably at least go hit this box before going back up or continuing to the next box. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. I just work with confirmations and triggers. If I see the price getting like here, doing bouncing, breaking down but not with much conviction, using breaking up again, using as support again, if I see that something like this happen, most probably market gonna dump and this chart gonna go back up. If we see like it happened in here, that we broke it, we retested, we swept liquidity and closed almost underneath, there are more chances we go visit a lower box. Let's see this, how it's going. Okay, 106. This is danger, danger, danger zone. So, now a potential short, very risky short we might wanna take in here is something that would be, let's grab this liquidity, and let's reject from this box. This is a high risk short that I won't take it on my account, or actually we have also the bear retest here, so let's cancel this. That's why I wouldn't like to take this. But technically, this would be the short, because we just broke up from the top of the range. It's actually the top of the range, the macro range, it's more in here, but I have multiple confluence for this potential short. Why? We have this trend line of liquidity that we are about to bear retest it. We have this box that we are dealing with right now, and look, the reaction, the first quick reaction happened exactly on top of the box. Now let's see how it faces. I would say that there are good chances, also because of the fib retracement top to bottom, wicks included. I love the area between 0.75 and 0.786 as a high chance rejection zone, or the deep retracement 0.886. So potential short in here would be here, the first entry. Here gives the confluence, so for a week potentially in here, and this would be the last entry. Invalidation above all-time high. Why is this risky? Because if we get till here, there are good chances that market makers, they want to take the liquidity above the all-time high because it's plenty of liquidity here on top. That's why I wouldn't take this one, but I could. Let me go back. I could maybe with a lower risk, instead of 1%, I would use only 0.5%. I would want to take this short with a bear retest of this trend line, but this would be too clean, too obvious, and that's also a little bit of market psychology that needs to be taken into consideration. The crazy entry for a quick, very quick entry like Flappy can do, it's just in here with 1 minute. This would be confirmation already to enter the short. Stop loss above this week and confluence with my box to target. First take profit here. Second in the box. Third one. And let's go down. How low can go? I don't know. But if we, let's say, we have this, it's again, we went to the top of the range, and the top of the range didn't get enough buy pressure to be swept and reclaimed and to start a leg up. Normally, we would go at least towards the mid-range or even lower to the bottom of the range that we are in since a while now. This is mid-range of the local range. This is the mid-range of the macro range with this as bottom. So I hope still everything is clear. Here, let's see how it's going. It's going pretty obvious. We get a liquidity sweep. Maybe we are bouncing back up. Oh, this was really clean. I could have set a limit here. So I think that for the moment I can stop